We're going to start off with the biggest one. It's Facebook. It's a social media giant listed in 2012 and run by Mark Zuckerberg. It also owns Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus Rift. Its market cap is a whopping $315 billion, a PE ratio of 86, and pays no dividends yet. So this is a prime example of what you were saying. You know, these guys listed in 2012. It was quite a disappointing listing. I think it went down from 38 all the way into the 20s. People were concerned about how they're going to monetize this massive platform, how they're going to monetize mobile more specifically. And they managed to do it quite successfully. Now we can see making up to $6 billion a year.
Yeah, I mean, these guys they've actually challenged YouTube and Google in that video ad revenue space. In terms of display ads, which is just a picture that goes through your newsfeed, these guys are the market leader. They're challenging YouTube and Google, and they're also challenging TV. Their percentage share of video ad revenue is actively growing, well, along with YouTube, but advertisers aren't that into television anymore. So this has really been a good time for them, and guess that'll continue. We've
definitely seen a shift in this media consumption. Let's have a look at the share price, and we can see it's been a fantastic story. You know, you can see that the tough start there, but you know, if you were brave and got in and, you know, backed the team to be able to monetize that platform, you would be smiling at the moment. They've been pretty innovative. You know, I know on Instagram now, if you go through the feed, there's little video adverts, but very well done, you know, high quality and like good brands like Nike and so on, those kind of brands coming through. So it doesn't really interfere too much with your feed.
Yeah, and what's really nice is that they only start automatically when you're on Wi-Fi. So when you're using your mobile data, you'll have to play it in order to see it. So it's very user friendly, and I think that appeals to the masses.
And I think, you know, the team are very sort of forward-thinking, definitely trying to stick with the times. They bought Oculus, which is the virtual reality business, a few years back for $2 billion, I think it was. And now, you know, those are being pushed out quite heavily, and lots of excitement, especially in the gaming world. They're also on top of things in terms of the video streaming, as you said. And I think last week they announced that they were going to do live video streaming. So, you know, and push that more aggressively. So if you're a famous comedian or actor or something and you want to deliver a statement, you know, you can do this live through Facebook.
Yeah, and you can sponsor the update probably the same way people sponsor their ads, or, for example, their profiles on LinkedIn. You can sponsor that. I think that is a fantastic idea. And it just goes to show how innovative these guys is. One thing that that's a little bit of a concern, but it's a very, very small one, is WhatsApp and how they're going to monetize that. They're talking about online payments. Not sure how that's going to work. Anyone who has WhatsApp, I mean, why?
I think the simplicity of WhatsApp is what's so good about it. So it does baffle me how they will try and monetize that, because, you know, originally they said they'll charge $1 per subscriber, and that sort of fell away. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they do it, but you've got to back them because they've done it before. I think in the messaging world, the Facebook Messenger, they've pushed quite hard, and it's sort of like been forced upon you. You have to split up the apps, and you know, you've already got all those connections through your friends, so it's quite easy to set up any kind of chats with the Facebook messaging app. And I think that's where they want to really push, you know, doing payments through the app, as well as connecting people to businesses and so on.
Well, yeah, I mean, that'll be interesting. I would have to wait and see how that actually works, because for some reason I can't get my mind around why you would use WhatsApp for payments, but well, we'll see.
Well, they managed to do it for WeChat, so we'll talk about that later with Naspers.
Yes.
Facebook. So it trades on an 80 times multiple. There's high expectations, but they're growing extremely fast. They've got 1.6 billion, you know, active monthly users, 1 billion daily users, and this is just Facebook. I think WhatsApp is like 800 million users, Instagram 400 million. They've got a lot of people to potentially monetize.
And these guys aren't even in China, so it's a very attractive prospect.
So hot or not on Facebook?
Well, I mean, it's very difficult if you think about PEs, but we're not in the PE business when it comes to tech stocks. Yeah, you have a clear path on how these guys are going to monetize and make money over the next few years. You have that innovative culture. It would have to be a hot.
I agree with you, and I think Mark Zuckerberg and his team, he's got a really cool head. He's in it for the right reasons. You know, he's not just there to make money. He wants to make a difference, connect people. Also, you know, when there's terrorist attacks or natural disasters, you know, they put out specific platforms for people to be able to connect and reconnect and so on. So I think, you know, there for the right reasons, and he's a great operator, and he's really proved that he's mature enough to run such a big business. So I'm going to agree. Be hot on Facebook.